Okay, here's a quick rundown of the experiment 5 for ECT 273 and 231. We have had some questions on units. So let's just begin right here with that equation. I want to understand, I need everyone to understand what the dots are meaning, and this is going to be across the board. So let's go right here. So that equation is E dot equals little e dot times A. Alright, so we come back here, and it is telling us big E dot is the energy available. Little e is the integral output of the solar pyrometer. A is the area of the panel. Well, dots just mean rates. So that's energy over time, and watts per meter over time, and then area. Okay? The area of our panels doing. The area of our collectors are meters. The temperature, the pyrometer is in watts per square meter. Okay, so we are now at watts per meter squared times meters squared, and then we cross multiply, divide, and we end up with watts. We wanted rate over time. That would be then if you took the area, the integral of the pyrometer, and I showed you that. By looking at the trends, and I showed you how we could go ahead and bring up the trends. We're not loading the data right now. We are loading the data. You can go ahead and right-click and copy data to the clipboard, pull that over to Excel over a time, look at it over a time period, and then that will give you your approximation equation, which you can then take the integral therein of. Okay. So when you take the integral of watts per meter squared, you end up with it watts per meter squared over time. And then, so then the meters squared will go watts per meter squared per time times meters squared. And we cross out that and cross out that, and we end up with watts per time, which is what the dot is asking. Okay, next question. We're looking for m dot equals sg times rho w times v dot. All right, so what is that? Next page. M dot equals specific gravity times the density of water times v dot. Again, the dots mean rate. We're going to use English units. All right, let's ask what SG means. Well, that's specific gravity, And a quick search on Wikipedia allows us to say right here, specific gravity is a ratio of the density of a sample divided by the density of water. Okay, so what is the density of water? Well, this website allows us weight density in pounds per cubic foot or pounds per gallon. I asked for it to be in English units here, and so we're going to assume we're at room temperature. It's 8.329. All right, 8.329. Let's go here. Well, does that make sense to me? Well, yeah, it does, because there is the simple pints a pound the world around. There are 2 pints per quart. There are 4 quarts per gallon. That means 8 pints per gallon, which means about 8 pounds per gallon. So this tests out with my remembering. All right, so specific gravity was given to us, and it being that it's density divided by density, it has no units. Okay, times, which is essentially, we can go ahead and assume it's pounds. Let's do this. Specific gravity is equal to the ratio of sample density divided by water. And if I multiply that by rho of water, I end up with sample density. So if 1.2 times 8.329 will give me the density of propylene glycol in pound gallons. So that is okay. So we now have pounds per gallon times volume rate of gallons per minute times 60 minutes per hour ends up to be minutes, gallons. We end up at pounds per hour. Just what's asked for in the MDOT. Which is equal to pound mass per hour, because we're on Earth and it's the same gravitational force. All right, next slide. It's gonna move on me, isn't it? All right, now we got to talk about air. Well, here, same deal, but I'll give you this. Our air, let's look that up. Specific gases. Okay, the R of air right here. Oh, that's not really working for me. All right, air goes all the way across. Here, foot-pounds per pound. So there we are in our English units again. We're going to need a CV. We could do that in BTU per pound mass. Okay? there's your value. So 0.24, 53.34. So that's there. Here, that's your CP and your RN. All right, I hope that helps you. Please move forth and continue with the lab.